Chapter 68. Do I have to go home, or can I stay here to rest? Your answer, thank God, took a burden off my chest. The next day they went to repair her motorcycle. He told her she could pick what motorcycle to use, and she had chosen the Moto Guzzi, a classic Italian motorcycle. With that bike, Diego could not go up the gravel slope, but now there was daylight. She saw that there was another way out. There was a forest road, intended for forest machines. If you rode in one of the two deep tracks, you could use it for motorcycling as well. After a few hundred meters on that road, they came to a gravel road, where Diego increased the speed considerably. Some 20 kilometers later, they arrived at her motorcycle. While he repaired the front brake, she walked around it to see if it had any more scratches. She patted it gently. It felt strange to have left it standing in the woods all by itself. When he was done, he poured some gasoline from a pet bottle in the tank and started the engine. She sighed with relief when it sounded as usual. It has to stay here, you still can't drive. He gathered his tools and went towards the Guzzi. She nodded. He was right. Her hand ached more today than it had the night before. Right now, she didn't mind. If her hand had been better, she would have had to drive home, and she was just not ready for that. When she was out here, in the middle of nowhere with Diego, she didn't have to think about her shattered life. She could just be. Before joining Diego, she patted her motorcycle on the tank, put her cheek against it and mumbled, "I'll come pick you up later." As she walked toward the Moto Guzzi, she saw that Diego was watching her. There was not even a slight hint of ridicule in his eyes. He understood. He loved motorcycles just like she did. During the rest of the day, she walked around what felt like Diego's property. She helped change an oil filter on a Yamaha and polished the tank and fairings on another. They had a light lunch and she washed dishes using rainwater from a barrel. Next to it, there was a makeshift shower, a couple of buckets that would turn when you pulled a string. She knew she had been wearing the same clothes for 2 days now, but showering in cold rainwater still didn't feel like a good idea. Since there was no running water, there was no normal toilet either, but some 50 meters behind the barracks, there was a porta potty. Somehow the day passed quickly and evening came. He hadn't asked her anything after she had said she just wanted to get away. For that, she was grateful, but she still felt she couldn't just stay without asking him if it was okay. At the same time, she didn't want him to offer to drive her home. Going home was out of the question. She wanted to stay away from her sad, sore life a bit longer. Throughout the afternoon, she postponed talking to him about it, and it was only when he finished his last repair for the day, stretched and walked towards the barracks, that she cleared her throat and said his name. He stopped and glanced at her. She looked away when she asked, Is it okay if I stay one more night? He shrugged and turned around. Stay as long as you want. A long, relieved sigh left her chest. Her miserable life could be on pause for another night.